Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News. Fans, reality star Kelsey Anderson brought Joey Graziadei's tears when she posted a touching TikTok ahead of the Dancing with the Stars finale. In the emotional tribute, Anderson called herself Joey's biggest cheerleader and urged fans to text Joey 10 times to vote for him. Anderson began, "If you were to ask me how proud I was of Joey, I would say he's been killing it, but on a deeper level, it's not just about his accomplishments, it's the way he treats others and the unwavering commitment he brings to everything he does." Anderson also revealed, "Every Tuesday, Joey texts me saying, 'I hope I made you proud.' Of course he does, but honestly, he makes me proud every single day." The heartfelt message left Joey Graziadei in tears as he commented, "This made me tear up, babe. Thank you for being the best support system and lifting me up during this crazy time. Love you forever." Anderson continued reflecting on Joey Graziadei's journey from The Bachelor to DWTS as she wrote, "It's been incredible to see his dedication and drive through it all. I am, and always will be, his biggest supporter. The couple who got engaged earlier this year have suffered public scrutiny, including speculation about their relationship during DWTS dedication night." Anderson addressed the critics, saying she was simply in her feelings after Joey Graziadei's dance was dedicated to her. She also shared to outlets that Joey critiques himself, figures out where to improve, and pushes his limits every single week. Joey and his partner, Jenna Johnson, head into the finale against tough competition on November 26th. "Can't believe tomorrow is the last show. I'm so proud of you, Joey." Fans threw support behind Joey in the comments, with one saying, "Joey 10 times on everyone in my 7-people family's phone. I really hope he wins. He has worked so hard for this."
Calm before the spotlight. The California sun dipped low behind the mountains, painting the sky in shades of honey and rose gold. The Dancing with the Stars studio shimmered in twilight, its famous glowing signage already buzzing with energy. Inside, the energy was a mixture of nerves, sweat, sequins, and anticipation. Joey Graziadei stood center stage during dress rehearsal, his usually playful demeanor subdued. His breath came in steady puffs as he adjusted his stance. His dance partner, Cheryl Burke, gave him a reassuring smile. "You've got this, Joey," she said, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Finale or not, just dance like it's your story." Joey nodded, but couldn't shake the heaviness in his chest. It wasn't the pressure of the finale. It was something else. Something, or someone, on his mind. Kelsey Anderson. They'd been through storms and sunshine, from the Bachelor whirlwind to post-show fame, and now to a place where their love felt real, quiet, and yet challenged by distance and relentless scrutiny. Tonight, Kelsey was flying in for the finale, but she wasn't just a spectator. She had a surprise that would change everything. Flashbacks and foxtrots. In the hours before the big night, Joey sat alone in his dressing room, a bottle of water untouched beside him. He scrolled through his phone, stopping at a video from Kelsey. She'd recorded it after one of his first DWTS performances. "Hey, my star," she said, eyes glowing. "You danced like you meant every move. I know you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and sometimes unsure if this is worth it, but I see your heart. I see you. Keep going." He watched it 3 times before slipping the phone into his pocket. Just then, a knock on the door broke the silence. "Kels?" he called out hopefully, heart pounding. But it was one of the producers. "Joey, we need you on stage in 10. He gave a small nod and exhaled. Where was she? The secret plan. Kelsey Anderson wasn't late. She was orchestrating something unforgettable. Backstage, she stood with Joey's sister Carly, both holding back tears as they went over their plan. In her hand, Kelsey clutched a small leather journal, the one Joey had left behind when filming The Bachelor. Inside were pages he'd written about her, raw, unedited, private. He didn't know she'd kept it. He didn't know she'd brought it here, and he didn't know she was about to walk on stage during his pre-performance interview with Alfonso Ribeiro and show him how deeply he mattered, not just to America, but to her. Showtime and shaky knees. The audience roared as Alfonso stood center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, before tonight's final dance, let's take a journey through Joey's DWTS journey. And someone special wanted to help tell it. Cue music. Cue surprise. Kelsey walked onto the stage, heels clicking softly, nerves electric. The crowd gasped. Joey's mouth fell open. "Kels?" he whispered, eyes wide. She smiled, voice slightly trembling as she held the journal. "I wanted to remind you why you started, Joey," she said into the mic. "Before this ballroom, before the limelight, this journal held your words, the real you." She opened a page, breath hitching. "You wrote, 'I hope Kelsey knows how much she calms my storms.'" Joey's hands covered his face. "I know this show has taken everything out of you, but I want you to remember what you poured into it and into us." His eyes brimmed with tears. "You gave this season your soul, but you'll always be more than the Mirrorball. You're the man I fell in love with, dancing or not." And just like that, the nation watched as Joey Graziadei, the usually stoic, athletic, camera-ready man, cried openly, pulling Kelsey into an embrace that said more than any ballroom choreography ever could. The dance of a lifetime. When the moment came to perform, Joey wasn't nervous. He was alive. His feet moved with clarity and soul. Every spin, every lift with Cheryl was fluid, grounded by something deeper. The final lift ended with a standing ovation. But as he bowed, Joey looked not at the judges, but at Kelsey. He mouthed, "Thank you." Backstage emotions. After the performance, Joey found her waiting with a towel, a water bottle, and that familiar, teasing smile. "You made me cry in front of 30 million people," he laughed, voice still choked. "You needed it," she replied, reaching for his hand. "I didn't know you'd do that. You didn't know you needed reminding." He kissed her forehead, forehead to forehead. "I want to win this for us, but even if I don't, I already did." The Mirrorball moment. The results were in. Tension mounted. And the winner of Dancing with the Stars Season 34 is... A pause. Joey and Cheryl! Confetti exploded. The crowd erupted. But in a moment of raw emotion, Joey didn't lift the Mirrorball first. He lifted Kelsey, spinning her around, kissing her in front of the cameras, holding her tighter than the trophy. "You're my real win," he whispered. And just like that, America witnessed a love story, not just danced, but lived. 1 year later. A year later, Joey and Kelsey returned to the same stage, not to dance, but to present the opening night award. Fans roared. The couple had since moved in together, built a charity foundation for youth sports and arts, and announced they were engaged. As they stood before the audience, Joey leaned into the mic. "A year ago, I cried on the stage because I didn't think I was enough. Tonight, I stand here knowing I am, because love, real love, changes you." Kelsey added, "Sometimes your partner leads, sometimes they follow, but the best love means you never dance
and
alone."
Opened it. Inside were photos he hadn't seen in years. His first soccer trophy, a picture of him on his dad's shoulders, a crumpled Valentine's Day card he made in kindergarten. "How did you get these?" "Your mom sent them. I asked her last week. I told her I wanted to remind you who you are, before the fame, before the cameras, before the pressure." He sat beside her, silent, flipping through the memories. "I watched you rehearse and I saw someone trying to win, but I fell in love with the guy who tried even when he had nothing to prove." His eyes brimmed with tears. "Why do you always know what I need before I do?" She smiled softly. "Because I know your heart. And tomorrow I want the world to see it too." Chapter 3. The letter. Before leaving the rooftop, Kelsey handed him a sealed envelope. Don't open it until right before your performance. Promise?" "I promise." She kissed him and walked away, leaving Joey alone under the stars. He didn't sleep much that night. Her words echoed louder than the applause he hoped for. He kept reaching for the envelope on his nightstand, but resisted. Morning came quickly. Chapter 4. Finale night. Backstage, the air was electric. Celebrities ran lines, dancers warmed up, the set sparkled with anticipation. Joey stood in the corner, headphones in, staring at his reflection. "Kelsey says I dance like I'm afraid. Tonight, I'm not afraid." He reached for the envelope. Inside was a single-page handwritten note. "Joey, you've already won, not the trophy, maybe not even the votes, but you've won my heart, my trust, and the hearts of millions by just being you. You don't need the perfect twirl or the highest score. Let them see the boy who danced on his grandmother's toes, who cried when he gave out his last rose, who held my hand through every storm. Tonight, dance like no one's watching, because I always am. Forever rooting for you, Kels." His eyes trembled as he read it again and again and again. He wiped a tear, then walked toward the stage. Chapter 5. The dance that broke the room. When the music began, something in Joey shifted. He wasn't counting beats anymore. He wasn't thinking about judges or cameras. He was dancing with his soul. Every lift, every glance, every breath was infused with raw emotion. The crowd fell silent. Midway through the routine, as he mimed reaching out to his late grandmother, he turned toward the audience and locked eyes with Kelsey. She stood, hand over her heart, tears flowing, and he broke. Not in a way that ruined the dance, in a way that elevated it. By the final note, the ballroom erupted. The judges were speechless. One literally stood up, eyes glossy. But Joey didn't hear the scores. He walked straight off the stage and into Kelsey's arms. Chapter 6. The backstage tears. "You did it," she whispered. He choked out a sob. "No, you did it." They held each other for what felt like forever. Cameras hovered, but neither cared. "I felt her tonight, my grandma, like she was here, dancing with me." She was. So was the boy who never stopped dreaming. That night, the finale aired to record numbers. Social media exploded. Fans dubbed it the most moving performance in DWST history. Hashtags like Joey and Kelsey and Dance of the Heart trended for hours. He didn't win the Maribel Trophy. He didn't need to. Chapter 7. The Surprise Proposal. 2 days later, after the whirlwind interviews and post-finale chaos, Kelsey found a note on her vanity mirror at their shared apartment. "One more dance? Meet me at the rooftop. Midnight. Wear something gold." Confused, excited, and slightly suspicious, she went upstairs, where fairy lights bathed the rooftop in soft warmth. A single violinist played "Can't Help Falling in Love." Joey stood in a suit, gold tie, nervous smile. "Kelsey Renee Anderson," he said, taking her hands. "I've danced on national TV, cried in front of millions, and made a total fool of myself in front of your family. And I'd do it all again if it led me here." She gasped. He dropped to one knee. "Will you dance through life with me? Marry me?" Kelsey didn't speak. She couldn't. She just nodded, falling into his arms as he slipped the ring onto her finger. The city clapped below. Fireworks went off in the distance. Joey whispered into her ear, "You brought me to tears before the finale. Now I'm going to spend forever making you smile." Epilogue. The first dance. 6 months later, at a quaint vineyard in Napa Valley, Joey and Kelsey had their first dance as husband and wife. No judges, no scores, just love. The song? A slowed-down remix of the one from the DWST finale. Joey dipped her, smiling. "I still remember the letter." Kelsey laughed. "Still can't believe you didn't peek." "I almost did," she confessed, "but it wouldn't have hit the same." She kissed him softly. Neither would this moment. They spun, surrounded by family and friends, the sky turning orange behind them.
Because some dances win trophies, but some dances, like the one that brought Joey Graziadei to tears, win hearts forever.